G'day, it's Eagle Scream. For this video, instead of doing a city tour, I figured we check out the Towerland map wall. It's the largest map I have of my domain, and just to show you where we're going with this. So we're going to start here, and as you can see, now certain spots won't load. I don't know why, but as you can see, this is huge. And again, this only covers about 25,000 blocks. I haven't mapped it all. But anyhow, this is Casta. So again, if you've been following my city tour, this goes up to, you got Nehemiah here, you got Meads here, Rifu's here, Acutus is here, and then of course we follow the King's Golden Highway to Sundry here. The Emerald Highway follows this path. Eventually, you get to Banky, and then further on to the top. But let's go back to Sundry. Sundry to Ooze to I feel like saying not worth remembering, but Clearmore. Uh, Again, as I said, I have a lot of jurisdictions, so sometimes it's hard for me to remember what's what. This is Mapstone here, followed by McGang here, Wiarton here, um, Vista here, Nath, which is the next spot on our tour here. We also have Furus here, but we're going to check out the villages that are not on any major highway like the Emerald Highway or the King's Golden Highway. So we're not going to be checking this out right away. We'll be checking that out later. So that's Nath. That is Hamilcar. This is Horseland, where you have huge fields to feed the population of Towerland. You got Bella here. And then you have a whole number of jurisdictions, most of which I can't remember. And then, of course, the huge metropolis of Towerland in this area. To the south, this is part of the Redlands. You do have Sur. If you remember, we did a sort of highway tour of the south of Towerland. And so these are a number of villages. This is that huge canal I built, which I've built quite a few. And so that goes all the way to the south there. But let's keep going along the King's Highway, which is where we're going. Then across to Falcon Ridge or Falcon Point. Again, I can't even remember the names of it. You have another highway going to the north here. Again, it goes all the way up to Listowel. So there's that. This is Sakan over here. Maybe we should follow, because I know some people are going to get lost. I know I am, and I'm the one who built it. So, following the King's Highway, this is Falcon Ridge, I believe it's called. This is Sakan, and then it goes down to Iliad, and then it keeps going to, I want to say that's Briar, or something to that effect. This is Mills Point. There's another highway that goes up here. I think this is Dawson up here, but anyways, let's go back to Briar. And then from there, you have this huge bridge over the Central Ocean, I think it's called. You have this area here. You have Dunbar. And as you can see, I've mapped it all. And you might say, well, if I've only built here, why did I map so much? Remember, I also have ways of getting through via the ocean. So I've built a canal here. Now, I haven't mapped this part out, but I eventually will. I forget what this town is called. I forget what a lot of towns are called. Let's go back to Dunbar, and then from there, I forget what most of these cities are called. So we're just going to follow the highway. Again, I still have a lot more mapping to do. As you can see, I've made a cut there because the canal goes through here. And you can see let's call it a satellite view of ships. Which, if you figure they had a satellite view, they'd have pictures. This is Jungle Land over here. Remember that. Goes through the mountains. And then this is one of the bigger towns, and then it keeps going across the ocean. There's this town here, which is partially overground, partially underground. Um, this is the city which has a jail. The other jail. This is about 1,600 blocks to the east of Towerland. And then we keep going and going and going. This is Dundas, I believe it is. And then this is the start of the Brown Highway, which leads to across the another lake ocean to the Woodland Mansion, which is over here. One of them, at least. I think there's 3 of them on the map that I've mapped. This is another ocean where, again, we have another port which builds ships. And this will take you all the way to the east, which our road system doesn't do. Just because of the lore, which I will explain later. I want to say this is Amos. Could be wrong. These 2 cities are the last cities along the King's Highway that are really safe to travel to. And again, there is a port which goes to the east, so you're safer off doing that than continuing on the road, because the lore is that there are bandits in and through these mountains. Now, this city is well protected, well guarded, and it's a pretty big city in the middle of nowhere, just to sort of protect its residents. There's another town to the south here, but that's an independent town, and then the road keeps going. That's another village. Again, all these villages are walled. This is a lake which takes you, if you go by small boat, to a town called Revelpots, which is on the other side of the jungle. Because the jungle, there are a lot of groups there that don't like us building highways in their lands. So, and then this is around 20,000 blocks to the east, and well, it keeps going. As I said, it's like 60,000 blocks to the east. So. That's a view of my map wall. I'm just going to come back and do one final sort of look-see of it. So you can see, as you can see, I still haven't filled in all these parts, but eventually I plan on doing that. So in a future video, hopefully that will be up and running. But I have done quite a lot of it as we get closer to Dunbar. Once we hit Dunbar, there's a whole ton of cartography centers where you can go to. So along this wall, you can teleport to each of the cartography centers, which does cartography of their specific area. And as you can see, this is the this is Bluestown here. This is the Northern Ocean. This is the Western Ocean. And this is the Central Ocean. And yeah, I could talk about this a lot longer, but I'm not gonna. Let's just go back to Casta. Again, there are islands to the south where I also have cartography centers and sort of island cities sort of located. But yeah, that's my tour of my map wall. Again, I'm going to be eventually making this larger so that you can have a really good view of the entire map without having to look down and up. But that, again, is for the future. Hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And hope you check out my next video. Thanks for watching. Later.